This is the front panel from my 1989 Talbot Express that I dipped in evapor rust and then sprayed with some epoxy primer. And now it's time to tackle the welding repairs. It certainly needs some metal here, here, across the front here, and similar on this lower left hand corner. I've definitely got my work cut out for me.
I started by cutting out the most damaged area into a nice regular shape with a cutting disc on the grinder. These things never come off easy. I then put a grinding disc on it and was very careful on this bit where it was meeting the other section of the panel. I got that fairly thin and then I just split it with a chisel. There are spot welds then joining these two together on an overlap. I cut off another little bit and then I just started pulling bits off with the grip and then ground down any remnants that were left behind. The same disc I cleaned up a little bit of the paint back from the edges so that it doesn't burn too much. And started making my paper template. Just use a little bit of tape to hold it in place. And use the edge of the paper for a straight line on the front. And I just pressed it over the edge and effectively traced it. So my marker line is on the inside of the cut. Then I have the whole piece taken off. So when I start cutting it, I will cut on the outside of the marker line. And that's where the edge of the metal will need to be. Put the fold on the dotted line that I made and see that it approximately fits. Trace that onto a piece of metal. This is the leftover piece of the wing panel that I got, and I only really needed the arch from it, so that's already been cut out and welded into the van. I'm cutting on the inside of this line. I've drilled out some holes then on the bench drill for my plug welds. I bought some angle iron, 2 meters, cut in half, so I have meter lengths for folding, although I just have a small piece in the vise there that I had already, and one of the long ones. Put a bit of weld-through primer on the edges on the inside and on the overlap piece so that there's paint on that afterwards, and the back side of the panel that's going in. Bit of overspray on some of the weld areas, so just clean that off. Hold my little piece in with the magnet. Took a bit of time with it and it fits in nicely. I started with a few tack welds around it and pressed it into place as I went around. There's the magnet on the other side there. Used a little clamp then to get it tight. then to press the two pieces together, and scribed off the bit of paint inside each of the holes for the plug welding, and then started that. That first one was held tight by the other weld, and I'm doing the ones on either side of the grip, and then moved it along to do the rest of them. So just ground down the excess weld to reveal a fairly flush repair.
I'm quite pleased how that's turned out. A little bit of filler, some cavity wax inside, and obviously the paint over the top, and the job's a good one.